Well, here I am. I finally made it. It's been a long journey. It's a little after 1 o'clock in the morning. I finally made it here. I know I'm a few days late getting here, but hopefully Sven and his wife Olga aren't too upset. Um, but for now, I gotta go see if they're even awake. If they're not awake, there's no lights on in the house, then I'm gonna have to find a place to sleep. Take a quick look around, see if I can see if there's any life. I doubt it. It's like I said, I'm a few days late getting here. They are expecting me, but with the travel that I had to undertake just to get here, I ended up being late. So hopefully, there's no lights on in the house. Okay, well, let me see if I can find a place to sleep for the night, and hopefully they will be able to welcome me with open arms in the morning. But for now, I'll just walk around real quick. Well, this looks like as good a place as any to lay my head down for a few hours, so I'm going to lay down, get a couple hours of sleep, and go introduce myself in the morning. Oh, man. Well, managed to get a little bit of sleep this morning. It looks like it's about almost 7 o'clock. Pretty sure I just heard a tractor drive by, so I'm going to run over to the house and see if that was Sven leaving. I hope not. I really hope that both him and Olga are in the house so I can introduce myself and hopefully start my new life. But so I'll walk over here to the house and see who's awake and who's at the house. Okay, well, fortunately for me, Sven and Olga were both home. It was their son Vladimir that took the tractor out this morning. So I was able to introduce myself and get a good breakfast. I really appreciate Olga making me a super delicious breakfast. Um, it's been a long time since I had one of those. Nice hot meal. I've been traveling for quite a few weeks now, and a lot of times it was, stowed away in the back of a truck or on a train or something, just to get here and start a new life, hopefully. Um, so I really thank them. I don't know if they're being this kind and generous to me so far because they're kind and generous people. I kind of get that impression, but it also may be the money that they're being provided to keep me safe. Um, so we talked kind of about expectations and where we go from here now that I've arrived. Uh, Tried to explain my situation to them a little bit, but they really didn't care as long as they keep getting the money. They're kind of happy with that, and I'm kind of okay with that as well. So that's their first concern is that they keep getting paid for keeping me safe. And secondary to that, they want to make sure that I also am productive while I'm here. So Sven's going to take me up on top of the hill here. He's going to show me an old tractor that they've got that I can learn how to drive that, and then hopefully become a productive member of their family. I don't know if they're going to accept me into their family like that, but at least be a productive farmhand around here and kind of earn my way. So we're going to walk up to the top of the hill here, and he's going to show me how to drive this tractor. I'm going to spend pretty much most of the day learning how to drive the old one he's got, and hopefully I catch on pretty quickly and can start moving up into some of the stuff that's actually more practical. So let's take a walk up there. So as we're walking up here, Sven's gonna point out some things that he has going on. Obviously, he's got some storage here. Um, this was an old cow barn. They don't have any cows right now. Their family kind of got out of the cow business a while ago. He wants to take me over here first. show me some other things they have where they keep things. Kind of makes sense. If I'm gonna help them out, I need to know where stuff's at. So they got their planting machines here. See, these are some newer machines. So obviously he bought those with some of the upfront money that this family was given for taking me in. Here's an old tractor there. Yep, and there's a baling machine that he also bought with the upfront money. So he's definitely made good use of the money that he was given so far. That's for sure. Pig farm. Sven was telling me that they do work pigs on this farm. They don't have very many right now. It was a pretty harsh winter for them, so they either were forced to sell a bunch of pigs, or a bunch of them died and they slaughtered a few just to get through the winter. So unfortunately they don't have very many. He wants to take this next year or two to get as many pigs as he can. With last year's winter being as terrible as it was, the next couple aren't expected to be as bad. So we'll see how we can help him out with that. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here until I am told that it's relatively safe for me to leave. That could be a month. That could be years. There's a lot of people looking for me right now. I won't get into too much detail as to why just yet, but like I said, Sven doesn't really care, so maybe sometime when I'm out driving on one of these tractors, we'll kind of explain what's going on here. Well, this is the old tractor that Sven's gonna let me drive around and learn on. Pretty much he said keep it up here in the yard, don't hit any buildings, and just kind of learn how it handles, and hopefully I can catch on to this one quickly. The quicker I catch on to this one, he said that they'll move me up to this one here. It's an old Massey Ferguson, a little bit more practical than what is this? This is a Butcher D4000. And then we'll move up to the Massey that's a little bit more practical, and then get into some of the biggers like that Fiat that was down at the bottom of the hill. So I'm going to get in here. This is going to be my crash course on driving a tractor. So it's been a long time since I did one of these, but see if we can even get it started. Well, won't you look at that? It starts right up. Alright, well, here goes nothing. Oh. This thing doesn't have very much power. It's kind of quick, though. Not a lot of power, but it's kind of quick. Oh, no. Ah! Oh, man, that was close. Brakes aren't very good on this old thing. Oh, man, these brakes are terrible. I guess this tractor's been sitting around for a while. Let's see how... Brakes are terrible. Ooh, do you hear that? Oh. Ah, it's just terrible. I think I'm getting the hang of it, though. Try not to drive in his field. Just kind of drive around up here a little bit. Well, I'm going to keep practicing, and I'll get back with you guys later. Let's go ahead and get this put away. I see Sven's on his way back up the hill, so we'll get this put away and then see what he says. Okay, well, I talked to Sven. he didn't really see me driving around on this too much, but he says if I feel comfortable with it, he's gonna let me take this Massey out. So let's hop in here and go for a spin in this. He's gonna even once I get a little bit more comfortable with it, take a spin around the yard here a couple times. Well, this one's got a lot more quickness to it. Brakes are quite a bit better. Take a spin around the yard here a couple times, and then I'll head down to the lower yard with this. Kind of drive in a little bit tighter area, just so I can get used to that as well. I tell you what, I sure am glad these guys, Sven and Olga, I'm sure happy they brought me in and are letting me stay here. And actually, this has been kind of fun so far this morning, driving around in a tractor. It's not every day you get to do that, so. Alright, I feel okay with this one. Let me drive down here in the lower portion of the farm here. Ooh, kind of bumpy right through there. Wow. I'll take it nice and easy. Nice and easy. This isn't so bad. Ooh, slow down. Getting going a little too fast there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Way too fast and bumpy through there. I'm gonna slow down. Take a drive by the house here. Looks like Olga's baking a cake or something looking through the window. We'll wave at her. We go through. Tell you what, they sure have a lot of buildings on this farm. Kind of surprised. Oh, that one's falling down. Kind of surprised that with as low key as this place is, that they have so many buildings. Most of them are empty. They don't have very much equipment, but they do have a lot, that's for sure. And back in the States, their property taxes would be through the roof. I'm really thinking I'm getting the hang of this tractor driving thing. It's kind of fun. And it's not like I've never driven a car or anything before, but tractors are a little bit different. At least these ones are so far anyway. See what's over here. Oh, just another field. I don't want to drive out there. I see there's two different textures going on there. I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with that. I'll have to ask Sven next time I see him. He's off doing something. Feeding pigs or something, I don't know. Just kind of driving around getting used to this. Man, that's a mess those pigs make. Look at how messy they are. Wow. Wonder how they clean that up. I think I saw a bobcat. I think I saw a bobcat over here somewhere with a bucket on it. Maybe that's what they use to clean it up. Oh yeah, there it is. Nice little bobcat. Oh, that must be Vladimir out here working the field. What a weak horn. He probably can't hear me inside that tractor. Back up here and get turned around. I'm pretty comfortable with this. We'll see if I can't find Sven and see what the next step's gonna be. Check the house, see if he's there. Go in here and see if he's in there. Okay, well, that conversation didn't go so well. I had my first, for lack of a better term, ass chewing by Sven there. First of all, things he doesn't like, tractors being left laying around in the yard, which obviously mine's parked right in the middle of the yard. So if somebody were to want to try to drive through here, well, not mine, but the tractor I was driving would be in the way. And he's not very happy about that. Made it abundantly clear that that will never happen again. He also noted that I was driving a little too fast for a first-timer, but he wasn't really excited about that either. He was kind of worried that I'd wreck his tractor here. He's kind of leery about letting me drive something bigger, but he also said that I did do a good job handling, even though I was going a little bit too fast for his liking. So we're going to drive back up. We're going to put this one away right where we found it. And then he's going to let me try a bigger tractor. And I think maybe even let me try to figure out how to work a front loader. He doesn't want me driving with a trailer on the back yet, or any type of implement that I'm towing yet, just because I am still learning, and he didn't really like my driving too much. So yeah, I think he's going to show me how to use the front loader, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to drive this up here and put it away right back where it was, and meet him back down at the lower part of the farm. Okay, well, I made it back down here. This is the tractor that Sven's gonna let me drive around, trying to learn how to use this front loader. It looks kind of complicated. I don't know what the controls are gonna be, but we'll get in here and see what it looks like. Still looks fairly simple. Get her fired up here. Ooh, doesn't that sound good? That sounds real good. Get it pulled out. Alright, well, Sven took a couple minutes and showed me what the controls are for the front loader. So I'm going to jump in here, kind of play around with that for a little bit, and then kind of work on driving and using the front loader at the same time. And maybe I'll get good at that. Okay, so those controls make the arms go up and down. Looks like that controls the angle of the forks. Seems pretty easy. Alright, well, let's see if I can do this while I'm driving. Oh, and wow, this tractor has a lot more power than those other two. I'm really gonna have to keep the foot off the gas, if you know what I'm saying. Going up the hill, I should probably raise these up a little bit, just in case. Tell you what, it's really hard to see that exhaust right there. Oh, there's Vladimir again. He must have finished up on field 1 and moved up here. I better get out of his way. He doesn't look too happy that I'm here. You know what? I'm gonna get out and watch him for a second, see what he's doing. Wonder what this thing is called. Wonder what kind of thing he's got pulling here. So it looked like the fields were plowed earlier, and now this is kind of smoothing them out a little bit, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure I'll get a crash course and all that stuff here shortly. Well, he's taking off down the field there. Get back in here. Drive around a little bit more. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh. I can't believe I just hit that wall. Oh no. I hope I didn't break anything. I knew this tractor had too much power for what I wanted right now. Oh no. Well, those forks look straight. I better get back in here. Let me move over here and make sure the function of this front loader and forks is fine. Raises up and down alright. Looks like the forks are moving like they're supposed to. I may have just dodged a bullet there. Yeah, I think I may have just dodged a bullet. Good thing Sven wasn't around. He's up checking on something else. Good thing he didn't see that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this away. Hopefully I can do it without hitting anything. I'm gonna leave it right there. I don't want to get any closer to whatever this is. I think that's the plow. It's kind of what it looks like, I'm thinking. See if I can't find Sven here. Okay, well, I met up with Sven. Told him I feel pretty comfortable with the front loader. Obviously, I didn't have any kind of load on it or anything. But he's going to walk me around and kind of explain some of the things that are on the farm now that he's got a few minutes to take some time to actually talk to me as opposed to just let me running around. So here he's got an old Massey Ferguson fertilizer spreader. Thing looks really old. I think that's one of the things he's looking to upgrade fairly quickly, just to get better, more coverage faster, obviously. We briefly saw these earlier. These are the two planting machines that he's already bought with some of the money that they got. He tells me that this one here will plant just about everything. All the grains, wheat, barley, canola, stuff like that. Whereas this one he's going to use to plant like corn and sugar beets. They use the sugar beets and corn mostly to feed the cows. So with the amount of cows that they have right now, there isn't really a whole big need for a lot of corn or sugar beets. So we'll see how that goes. So you got one planter for all of his grains, the wheat, barley, things like that. And this one he's going to use for corn and sugar beets. Now moving over here, we took a brief look at this baler earlier. This is something else that he bought with some money that was already given to him. Got the Krone Big Pack. It tells me it does square bales, which is something that I'm a little more familiar with. I know that a lot of farmers use round bales, but I'm a little more familiar with square bales. He's got this tar up mower. Use that to cut the grass on the fields. Uses the grass to turn that into hay, or just leaves it as grass. And they use the grass sometimes to turn into silage. Not exactly sure what that's for, but that's what he said. Alright, we already saw this tractor, and he did confirm that this blue implement back here is the plow that they use. I asked him if he had any plans on upgrading this plow because it looks kind of old and beat up, but he really likes it, so I think they're going to stick with that one for a while. They do have some chickens running around the yard. I'm sure that one of my jobs will be to clean up the chicken coop, but like I said, I'm here to do whatever they want me to do because they're definitely putting their lives on the line. He's got some bales left from when they did do cows. He just said that the last couple of years they've been losing money fairly quickly, so they had to get rid of all their cows. They got rid of most of their pigs, and they haven't had sheep here for years. So, but now maybe with the money that he's getting, he can start doing cows again. I don't know. I don't really know what his plan is with that. Old looking wagon here. Broke down harvester. And coming over here, he tells me that this muck out 750 is for spreading manure. This Joskin Liquitrans is for hauling water for the animals. Obviously this is a trailer for hauling his pigs around. Now one thing, even though this looks pretty fancy and new, this is a fertilizer sprayer that he's had, or pesticide sprayer. They've had that for a while now, for quite a few years. They were able to kind of salvage it and build it back up so that they're able to spray their crops and stuff. And then he does have this truck that he used to haul grain around. He's just leasing this now. Or I shouldn't say leasing it. He's got a big loan out that he's paying on. He figured that this would be a lot better than using just a trailer on a tractor, just because as you can tell by the tires, this can go out in the field as well and on the road, so he can take the grain straight from the field to the sell point, or he can put it in his silo if he wants. Speaking of the silo, let's go take a look at that. Oh yeah, you can see through the window there's the bins for the crops and stuff. It looks like they get dumped off here into a pit. They'll go into those bins, and then when it's time to get them out, he pulls up underneath this little downspout thing here, and it fills the trailer or truck and hauls it off to the sell point. Oh, and something I almost forgot. I did ask him what Vladimir was driving up there, hooked up to that other tractor, and he called it a cultivator, I believe. And it's just kind of used to prepare the ground for the seeds to come in. So, yep, that's what Vladimir was driving. Oh, would you look at that? It's been a busy day so far. It looks like it's about lunchtime. I head in here and see if Olga has anything for lunch. And I'll see you when I'm done. Well, I tell you what, Miss Olga is a very nice lady. Lunch wasn't ready when I got here, but I was able to sit down at the table and we had a nice conversation. Fortunately, for the people that were going to be taking care of me, one of the requirements was that they needed to be able to speak some English anyway. So, fortunately for me, Olga and I were able to have a good conversation. We were joined a little bit later by both Sven and their son Vladimir. That was the first time I've met Vladimir, and I don't think he likes me. Obviously, he appreciates the new equipment that they've got coming in and all the money that they're going to have coming in, but I got the impression that he does not like me at all. He doesn't want me around. He was just very short and just didn't seem like a happy guy. But that's okay. I'm here. I'm going to make the most of it, and hopefully I can earn his trust. So going forward today, I'm going to spend the rest of the day with that big tractor over here, the Fiat Agri, I think is what he called it. Anyway, I'm going to call it Fiat. I'm going to spend the rest of the day with that, just hooking up to the water trailer and the pig trailer that they have. And kind of driving around and get used to driving with a trailer on the back. So we'll get in here, we'll take it over there, and I think I'll start with the You know what? He said to start with the water trailer, so that's what I'll do. I don't know if that's close enough. I'm going to have to get out and take a look. Yep, looks like that'll work. Hook up the water trailer, kind of take her around here. Get used to driving around with the trailer and see if I can't figure out how to back this thing up. Oh man, probably shouldn't have came up here first. Uh-oh. Oh, you just missed that tree. Probably should not have went up there first. That's okay. Managed to save it. Tell you, Sven was pretty impressed at lunch at how quickly I'm picking up this tractor driving stuff. So that's good. He seems to be pretty excited. As much as he can be, I guess. He doesn't show too much emotion, but you could kind of tell in his voice that having me around was going to be a good help, since him and Olga are both getting up there in age. So having me around to help Vladimir, at least for a little bit, is going to be very helpful. Alright, I'm going to try and back this up. Alright, well, that was a success. Now let me see if I can get it put back where it goes. Oh, hang on a second. Sven flagged me down. He wants me to fill this trailer with water. He saw the job that I was doing while I was driving it around. He kind of likes it, so now he wants me to take it over. Alright, let me see if I can get this put back. Not too shabby. Let's go see what he has next for us. Okay, well, I talked to Sven, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this tractor. He hooked up the fertilizer spreader to it. We're going to go spread some solid fertilizer on the fields that Vladimir has already worked. So I'm going to ride with him. It's kind of cramped in this tractor for two of us, but he's going to show me how to work the spreader here. So I'll ride around with him probably for the rest of the day. We're going to fertilize all the fields that Vladimir already cultivated, and we'll see how that works out. Okay, that's one field done, and now that first field is done, he is going to allow me to give it a shot on this next field. It's pretty square, or rectangular, I should say. So I'm going to give it a shot, see how well I can do. He's going to ride along with me this time, and if I do well enough, then maybe he'll let me do a field of my own. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if I can do this. This doesn't seem to be as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Pretty much gotta, once you get the sprayer or the spreader going, the fertilizer spreader going, you just kinda keep it in a straight line and everything seems to turn out okay. Well, so far Sven seems to be pretty pleased with the amount of dedication that I've shown into helping him and his family on this farm. Really, that's the least I can do for literally saving my life. So, we'll do the best we can for these people, and hopefully they don't ever regret helping me out. So that was weird. Alright, one more pass is gonna get this field done.
I don't know why it just turned off like that, but... What? What? Aww. Spreader's empty. Okay, well I'm gonna take the tractor and Sven back down to the main farmyard. Fill up the fertilizer spreader a little bit. He wants me to finish this field by myself and then go on to the next field that Vladimir is working on. Should be just about finishing up, I would imagine. He said if I follow this road, the end of the field, come to the next one right here. And this should be the one that Vladimir just finished on. Oh, there's Vladimir's tractor. I wonder what he's got going on that he hasn't done anything. I'm sure his father wouldn't be too happy to just see the tractor sitting there. Oh well, that's not my responsibility, so I'm gonna do what I'm told and get this field finished up. I'll let those two sort out their deal later, but... Well, I guess, no, I'm not gonna do it now. I was gonna, go into a little bit more detail as to why I'm actually here, but... I decided, I'm not ready to tell that story just yet. Oh man, by the looks of it, Vladimir didn't even finish this field. As much as I hate to do it, I'm gonna have to go ask Sven what to do. I don't know if I can spread this fertilizer on that part of the field that hasn't been cultivated yet or not. I'm gonna have to go ask that question, which means he's gonna figure out that Vladimir has kind of disappeared, and he's not gonna like that. Which is really gonna upset everybody, because I know Vladimir's gonna be pissed. He's gonna feel like I betrayed him somehow, even though it's not my fault that he ran off and left his tractor sitting there. But let me go fill up this. No, I'm right here at the house, so since I learned my lesson the first time, park the tractor over here out of the way. Run inside and see if Sven is in here. Well, that wasn't a pleasant conversation. As expected, Sven is not very happy with Vladimir. He knows exactly where he's at. He's going to go track him down and figure out what his problem is. But until then, he did say that I can finish spreading fertilizer, even though Vladimir hadn't finished cultivating that field yet. So I'm going to do that, and then I will come back and see what they want me to do next. Okay, well I finished that field. I know there's no way that Sven is back from getting Vladimir. So I'm gonna park this tractor and go talk to Olga and see what I should be doing. Honestly, I don't really know, because this is I haven't been told what else needs done, and most of the equipment I don't know how to run yet. So park this tractor here, go in the house, and see what our next step is. Alright, well, Sven came back and he wasn't able to find Vladimir, so he's going to take me over to this other tractor, show me how to use this cultivator thing, and it's just something else I can learn today. It's been a pretty productive day so far. I know Sven expressed the urge to want to get crops in the ground today, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. It's getting to be almost dinner time. I'm pretty sure farmers will work well into the night, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm not sure what his plan is exactly, other than to show me how to use this machine. Hopefully I can do it without driving into the water too much anyway. So he's going to show me how to use this real quick. He says it's pretty simple. And then he'll probably leave me to my own devices. I would expect that he would go start planting some fields then, once this is done. So he tells me you just lower it down, and then you drive. Yeah, that's pretty simple. So I'm going to continue doing this. I think Sven's going to ride with me for 1 or 2 passes here, just to make sure that I have everything under control. Okay, well, Sven's pretty happy. He's going to ride with me on the pass back down towards the farm, just so his walk isn't as long. He wants me to finish this field by myself and clean up the edges right here that Vladimir left so sloppy. So I'm going to clean those up. And he said he wants me to go to another field to get that started. It's going to be sugar beets going into that one, so he wants to get that field done, and we'll go from there. Alright, we're going to come back up here, finish this field. He told me how to get to the next one, and he said it's a relatively small field. It's rectangular, so it shouldn't take too long to get done. And I think he plans on breaking out a planter. I really wanted to go with him so I could learn how to use the planting machinery, but doesn't look like that's going to happen today. He really needs these fields to get finished being cultivated, and then maybe tomorrow there'll be some time that I can jump in a tractor with him and learn how to use the planters. But for now, we're going to finish these fields for him and head over to the next one. Tell you what, I've really picked up on this farming thing. I'm doing pretty well so far. So far it's been pretty productive. I started off on that little butcher tractor and moved my way up. Now I'm cultivating, did some fertilizing. Apparently Sven and I hit it off pretty well. Did he trust me to do this stuff so far? And really, with Vladimir running off today like he did, I don't know that he has much of a choice, so I just hope I can keep earning his trust and be a productive member of this farm, at least for a little while. Like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, so take it one day at a time. I finished that field. We're going to head down here to this other one that Sven wants me to take a look at and get cultivated. So if I go left up here, oh, watch out for the sign. Oh no, nobody saw that. Good thing nobody's around. They can't blame me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this field done, and then it might be about dinner time. We'll have to see. Alright, well, I finished up this field cultivating. I'm not sure what the plan is for now, but I'm gonna head back, see what the plan is for dinner, see if Sven wants me to do any other fields or what other work he wants me to do. We'll kind of take it from there. Starting to get kind of tired, so I hope it's not a lot. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes once we get back here and talk to them. Alright, so I talked to Olga, and she said that Sven probably won't make it back for dinner. He's got to get that field planted, the one he's working on now, and we'll probably go late into the night. There's not really a whole lot I can do. She said that there's no way he's going to be able to show me how to use a planter tonight because it'll be too dark once the sun goes down. So I'm just going to kind of hang out here and kind of converse with her, you know, kind of get to know her a little bit better. It'll be good. It'll be a good chance for us to get to know each other. So I'm going to hang out here. Vladimir still hasn't come back yet. She doesn't expect him to be back for at least a day or two, probably. I guess he does this from time to time when he gets mad. It's really unfortunate that this time it's because of me, but so I'm going to call it a night, and we'll talk to Sven when he gets back and see what our plan of attack is for tomorrow and going forward. But for now, I'm going to call it a night. We'll see you all later. Good night.